Well, I finally reached Unk status. There was a term on the internet that I did not know what it meant. But I knew the actual definition of it, but I didn't know the meaning of the new way of saying it. And so it's tourists. And when I mean tourists, I mean more towards the anime community. So pretty much it's someone who just really recently started watching anime, and they pretty much are just watching mainstream things. They don't really understand the lore of anime, if that makes sense. It's just, for example, if all they're watching is Demon Slayer, JJK, Solo Leveling, things like that, and they don't watch anything else, then they'll typically get labeled tourists. Now, what brought this up? Because like I said, I didn't know this meaning until like a week ago, because of a well-known YouTube channel known as the Anime Men. They did a video ranking all like the popular animes within every year, and the like and dislike ratio was insane. They literally got ratioed. But here are my thoughts before we watch the video, because as you can see, if you look over here, so we got 4 bookshelves full of manga. I got 1 bookshelf full of manga in my room and another bookshelf full of manga downstairs. And I have a bunch of anime. For example, I have like my Bleach anime right there. So I would say I love anime. And I just love the Japanese culture, really. Now, like I said, I just want to talk about how it was for me with anime. So I liked anime and manga, gosh, for over 2 decades now. That's how long I've been watching anime. And I remember me getting bullied as a kid, because essentially if you liked anime, you're considered the weird person out of like just the people around, and you would get frowned upon because you liked anime, because a lot of people thought anime was weird. Now, for example, the animes I really liked watching was like To Love Ru, Eyes, I love Eyes Pure, Suzuka, Sailor Moon was one of the first animes besides Dragon Ball Z that really got me into anime, and then Inuyasha. So things like that. So I go way back. Studio Ghibli, I love their movies. But you get the point. I love anime. And I remember whenever I would have friends come over, I would literally have to hide my manga and my anime, like store underneath my bed, or like throw it in my closet somewhere, because it was like super frowned upon. And so my thing is, I see where people are saying anime tourism's a bad thing, and it's mainly like the new people who get into anime, but in my opinion, it doesn't matter when you get into anime. Like, anime's such a good thing to watch, okay? That's number one. Anime's for everybody, and you learn a lot watching anime. But the thing that gets me is the new age anime people, who were the people who bullied you, now all of a sudden like anime. And I think that's what I don't like. Like, okay, I'm cool if people like anime, but if you were a person who bullied somebody watching anime back then, but now all of a sudden you love anime, shame on you. Because now all of a sudden your favorite celebrity loves anime, now all of a sudden you love anime. I think that's BS. Like, you really are a tourist with that. Now I'm yapping right now, so I need to get back on script. Okay, well, actually no, there's actually no script. I'm just going off the dome with this video. But the point is, anime tourism could be a very toxic thing to the community because of things like that. And I do want to mention, so like I said, not many people watch anime back then when I was growing up, And so I want to say, I don't know, I want to say it was like around 2010, 2011, like around that 2010, 2011 to 2012, 2013, like around that era, between like either, yeah, around 09 to like 2013, around that era. I remember because I really loved anime back then, and no one could relate to me. And so I always felt super alone and having to hide that part about me, because I couldn't just sit down and just talk to people that are like-minded like me without people giving me that weird death stare, be like, oh, this kid's a weirdo. But I do remember back then when YouTube was first made, and there was these two YouTubers by the name of Akidiris and the Anime Man, which we're going to be talking about the Anime Man. That's that's interesting. But I remember watching Akidiris and the Anime Man religiously back then, because they related to me so bad, because they love anime. And so at that point in time, I didn't feel alone, because I knew there was other people like me that loved anime, that they shared the same loves that I did, which was anime and the love for Japan. Now, as you can tell, like I said, I'm an anime fan. As you can tell by my name, is literally to pay homage to a really good anime that I love, which is Holic. It's not XXX Holic, it's just Holic, okay? Now you know what my name means, okay? So it's pronounced Holic. You don't pronounce it as triple X or 3X and things like that. But I digress. But like I said, I loved watching those two people because they resonated with me. And a matter of fact, I probably still am, if they're still making YouTube videos, I probably am still subscribed to them on my other YouTube channel. So now I gotta actually subscribe to them on my new YouTube, because I haven't seen their content forever. So I do want to see if they're actually making content now. But the point of this video is to talk about the Anime Man, not to get confused with the Anime Man. Now, these group of people, they have like, what, 5 million? Let me see. Yeah, they have almost 5 million subscribers. I think they had 5 million at some point, so they probably lost like a good 500,000, because they're at 4.8 million. But they made a video ranking all the animes, like all the animes that were the most popular within the year, going from 1961 to 2025. And people were saying they were disrespecting these animes. So we're gonna take a look at this video to see what exactly they said.
Today we're going through 100 years of anime history,
ranking the most popular anime from each year to decide once and for all
the best anime of the century. Me and Cade.
Me and Jeremy.
Hey yo, it's Team Ethan Gianni, bro.
What's up,
We
man?
always go crazy.
That's a little too crazy.
Yeah, okay.
We're starting with this.
It's on YouTube and it's 35 seconds long.
Ooh!
That fight scene was cracked. That fight scene was cracked.
It was 30 seconds. It was about some sushi chef with like octopus arms. That anime is F tier.
This first one is Otogi manga calendar.
There's
Just straight with the F tier. Okay.
honestly not too much going on here that grabs my attention besides some little tune playing in the background and a still frame of some character looking at a painting. It's not looking good so far for anime. This is going directly into the F tier category.
You can't just give just F tier just straight like that. You gotta understand that this was made in the 60s. This is like, okay, think of it like this. Imagine if this actually happened and this person got ratioed for it. But think about someone commenting about Snow White, the original Snow White, and just giving it an automatic F and not understanding how Snow White changed the way for animation going forward. Like, you have to pay homage when homage is due. But right here in that, with that anime, That's literally just how anime was made back then.
We are going to be watching. Our very first one is called Tetsuwan Atom. So, Tetsuwan Atom, let's go. It's on YouTube.
Yo.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry.
Was
My
that
bad, guys.
Astro
That was
Boy?
Astro Boy.
Oh,
That was Astro
come
Boy,
on,
my
bruh.
bad.
Oh,
Okay.
you pressed the wrong one.
Why is it Astro
Why is
Boy?
Tetsuwan
Bro's just
Atom
spamming
is
Astro Boy.
I mean, okay, like, I'm trying to take it seriously, but look at this Looney Tunes ass font. He's abandoning his son, and then it's literally just like, it's like, come on! So, Astro Boy.
I mean, this is the 60s. This is literally how they're supposed to make, like, animes.
From 1963.
I give it an absolute bottom of the barrel F.
Okay, going back at this again. I understand Astro Boy was made in the 60s. The animation isn't how it is today. That's obvious. But you have to understand that these animes paved the way for the other animes that you like to be as good as they are today. Like, that's what you have to understand. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I think Astro Boy's, like, that was probably the first anime. I could be wrong. I haven't really watched Astro Boy, I just know of it. But I think it was the first anime to actually, like, use the eye, like, to have big eyes, like, right here. And I think that's when the style of manga and anime, like, really changed and they started, like, using the exaggerated features. So, if the creator didn't do it like this, who knows how anime would look today, you know?
F tier, bottom of F tier.
Big X.
F is wild.
Big Stinky, bro. Like, bro, you're telling people used to watch this?
I'm actually upset that I watched it.
But it was just beyond bad. Like, this anime shouldn't have been made, bro.
Alright, this next anime.
Granted, I'm not a fan of, like, older anime, but I know when to pay homage. Like, I'm not just gonna give something just a straight F just based on how something looks. There's more to it than that. You have to respect the older anime.
The anime we're watching is from Jungle Taiti Kimba the White Lion.
It starts off with a looks maxing
Oh, okay. I think this is the one that Walt Disney ripped off of for Lion King. I love Lion King. So I never actually seen this anime, but I know of it because this Lion King was heavily inspired by this. So I love Lion King. And if Lion King was heavily inspired by this anime, this will be an S for me, honestly. This is S tier for me just because I love Lion King.
Lion that rules a jungle and immediately falls into a trap trying to save his wife and future kid and then dies. Now after this, the lion's wife gives birth by the help of some rat doctors on a cruise ship and gives birth to a white lion that suspiciously looks like a rat. And Ethan and I have a little theory.
His dad died. The rats birthed him. Ethan and I have a theory that the mom actually had an affair with the rat. Yeah, well, we're going D tier for that one.
Alright, guys, watch.
Oh my gosh, that's actually disrespectful. Let me move this down here. That's actually disrespectful.
The year 1966, our anime is Osomatsu-kun. When is it gonna get in color? I'm being serious.
We sat down and actually paid attention while watching this.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you paid attention.
I think Jeremy died. Now, I know for some reason a guy was dressed up as a dog. Why is the dog talking? Why is the dog is talking? What the dog is a dude? What the hell? Osomatsu-kun. Jeremy, what are we giving it?
Below Astro Boy, bottom of the bottom.
Bottom of the bottom of the bottom of
Bro, they're just spamming F. They're just spamming F in the chat. Just L's in the chat is what they're doing. I don't know this anime, never heard of it. Say what you want. I'm probably, you know, you're gonna say I'm not fully deep into anime because I don't know this anime, but to each their own. I don't know this anime.
Here.
Speed Racer? No. It's color.
This was my show. I loved watching this as a kid. On what did it play on? Was it on Cartoon Network? Because I don't think the Toonami was on then. I think this was just on Cartoon Network, if I'm not mistaken. Do not, I repeat, do not disrespect Speed Racer. Because, okay. Shinsky, this was for you. This one's for you. So my friend loves Initial D. And I could only assume that Initial D got its inspiration from Speed Racer. I haven't seen Initial D. My friend is trying to get me to watch Initial D. I'm finally going to watch it because I was recently playing some racing games and now I'm more intrigued to watch Initial D. But my friend loves Initial D. Don't disrespect Speed Racer.
Colored. Guys, it's colored.
Honestly, a big upgrade from Big X, bro. Big X, that's still traumatizing me to this day.
On the S tier list, I wouldn't even give it F tier because at least it's bearable. I'll give it D.
So now it is time for me and Ethan to watch Cyborg.
Bro, this is... They're not serious, man. This cannot be serious. Like, they're either rage baiting. Like, I 100% think they're rage baiting. Or I think that they were just sloppy and they just wanted to make a video and just get views. One of the two. Or just wanted to start an argument to get people engaged in it. Like, that has to be it. Like, there's no way they're just spamming F's and D's.
009. Alright, so Ethan and I just got done watching it, and it was good. It was black and white. High D.
I'll do like D+, bro. Like D.
Alright, we'll put it high D too.
Alright, guys, we're watching Doro, whatever the hell it's called. Just off start.
Okay, so I've never seen this one. I have heard of it, though. If I hear about old anime, that means it's pretty decent, okay? I'll at least say that. Even though I haven't watched it, if I at least heard of it, that means it's something worth watching.
Starting with some great rain animation.
I'm just not a fan of older
wasn't
anime.
bad. It had promise.
It did have promise.
Watching it, you could definitely see where a lot of modern anime things come from. For what it was,
So much better than the
so
past
much
two
better.
anime.
You could see where, like, the modern aspects of anime came in. Like, that's literally all the ones that you just
I
watched.
think it gets like a high C to low B.
I agree. High C.
Next anime we're watching is Lupin the Third.
Yeah, we recognize this character, and we're giving this anime a little bit more respect, so we're only gonna put it at 1.5 times speed.
Lupin's girlfriend, I think, gets captured and starts
You're not even going to have the decency to actually watch it in regular speed? 1.4 speed is insane. The disrespect.
being tortured by the bad guy. But before it goes any further, Lupin outsmarts the guy and saves the day until he's betrayed by his girl, but then ends up with her in the end. It's honestly very confusing, but as you can see, the foundations were laid and it leads to what it is today. And it's going in the D category.
This one's decent, bro. It's like around Ashita no Joe level, a little better.
It was the best anime we watched so far.
Okay.
I like the little lightsaber effect, the aura of him pulling out the blade, him hopping in the suit.
We're putting that at C tier.
Bro, how do you glaze it like that, but then give it a C? It doesn't match. It's not matching. By the way, Gundam paved the way for Code Geass. Okay. It paved the way for Full Metal Panic. Hopefully they better have Evangelion on there. And they better give Evangelion an S.
Alright, we're about to watch Captain Tsubasa, which is
Zubasa.
Okay.
It just looks like a generic ripoff of like Blue Lock for just any soccer anime.
How did
Hold on, let me listen to that again.
Zubasa?
Tier, F tier.
Unbearable. Actually, I'm going to watch it.
Alright, we're about to watch Captain Tsubasa, which is
Zubasa.
It just looks like a generic ripoff of like Blue Lock for just any soccer anime.
Sir, how can Captain Tsubasa be a ripoff of Blue Lock if Captain Tsubasa came out first? Didn't you probably think about maybe Blue Lock got its inspiration from Captain Tsubasa? Who would have thought? That probably could be the case.
Anime.
How did this rip off Blue Lock if it came before it, bro? Although the pacing is pretty trash, we put it at 2
Thank
times
you, he
speed.
said it too.
It was still fire, and I'm not gonna lie, that rivalry, I actually want to watch the second episode.
The main character has a very common anime personality of wanting to be the best at something. Overall, pretty enjoyable, pretty big cliffhanger at the end. This is going straight into the C tier category.
Look at those pecs. This is the North Star. Wait, no way. Is he gonna do the thing?
The main. That's the main.
No, that was sick. Okay, that was sick. All right, guys.
Are you gonna give it a good one 'cause the meme?
1984. Jeremy, what happened?
We got Fist of the North Star. Now, here's the thing, guys.
I'm gonna give it a B tier.
I agree. What's going on?
Because they know the meme. I literally think they're just not fans of old school anime, which is fair. I'm not a fan of old school anime either, but I know when to respect old school anime. And the anime men, I am not bashing y'all. I like y'all's content. I think y'all do really cool things. But what is this?
Dragon Ball time.
S, you better give S.
Dragon Ball. I don't want anyone attacking me for what I'm about to say, but what the hell did I just watch? Goku with a tail. I've never seen that before. Goku with his... You know what? You just gotta watch the anime to find out.
I beg your pardon? Goku with the tail? Okay, yeah, no, this is rage bait. This 100% is rage bait. Either that or they're just really sloppy. They just wanted to get this video like done with. Like, there's no way that you would say such a thing. Goku with the tail's insane. Them not knowing that.
But Nirvana cover. And Bulma trying to 10-year-olds? Are you serious? It's honestly not a very good start to the anime. This is going straight into the D tier.
There's always those shows that people glaze for having an amazing first episode. And Yu Yu Hakusho's first episode is a perfect example of that. Even though it was made 33 years ago, it's still such a banger. Easy A tier.
Thank you.
The year is
Probably should be S.
1993.
Guys, Sailor Moon. Hunter's wife.
You know, Sailor Moon's very glazed. You know, I feel like girls growing up if you watch this. Yeah.
I got my Sailor Moon manga right there.
But I'm gonna be honest, it looks dookie. Like, we're too old for this now, you know.
I'd rate that top of C tier.
Yeah.
Evangelion lovers don't.
Oh, he's doing Evangelion. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna say?
Get mad at me. I love Evangelion. That first episode is not that strong.
I only have one thing to say about Evangelion, and that's Misato. I can't lie, the best part about the episode is holy gyat, bro. Is her name Misato? She's so bad, bro. The rest of the episode feels too much of a blur and doesn't really set up anything until the end, and it doesn't really get anything done. Without Misato, this would be lower, but it is going in the C tier.
They're not part of the culture, man. They're not part of the culture.
Baby.
Cowboy Bebop, wow. Honestly, what a great episode. Right off the bat, world building, the music, and the animation is established, showcasing the exact kind of thrill ride that we're going to be going on. For an anime that released in 1998, it holds up really well. This is very easily going into the A tier category, and I'd challenge anyone who says otherwise.
Okay. So they just like, oh, One Piece is next. I will not. I refuse to watch One Piece, but that's besides the point. Okay. I'm pretty much done watching this video because now I understand what people are talking about. Everything else is going to be like highly glazed, it seems like. But they just didn't pay homage to what paved the way for anime. And we see that. So, like I said, they're either rage baiting or they were just really sloppy. And they just didn't care about the content they put out. This was a really good concept. It's just they didn't do a good job capitalizing on it. Yeah, that was actually a tough watch. And looking over that and seeing the dislike ratio in that video, you normally don't see something like that off of like people's takes for anime. But that just shows you like how bad the anime tourist is. Not to say that anime men are tourists. I'm not gonna say that. But I do want to state this. With anime, there's gonna be something there for someone. And there's going to be things out there that people don't like. Okay, that's first and foremost. There's going to be a lot of things you don't resonate with. And when it comes to anime, so for example, me, I don't like old school anime, but I know where you have to appreciate and pay homage to them. That's first and foremost. I understand that that's my opinion. You guys don't have to like my opinion. You guys don't have to agree with what I have to say because it's my opinion alone. You guys might there might be somebody that loves old school anime. Right? When I mean old school, I mean like 60s, 70s, and 80s. And that's cool. Good for you. I'm not going to knock you in any type of way. But the amount of hate they're getting is insane. Now, when you have 5 million followers, you're getting held to a certain viewpoint when it comes to like your takes and things like that. So you should have a decent take. But at the end of the day, it's people's opinions. But one thing I do want to state that if you guys are, not saying you guys as the anime man, but for the people who are watching this YouTube video, that's who I'm talking to. But if you guys feel like you are a tourist, welcome. Welcome to the anime community. I do want to state this. If you go down anime rabbit holes, you're going to see like a lot of arguments. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. Like when it comes to relationships or when it comes to for example, the age of certain characters, and you shouldn't think that they're cute or anything like that. You're gonna see a lot of things like that. And there's one thing I know about the anime community. It's rough, man. When I mean by rough, I mean it's super cutthroat. So if you have takes like this, they would eat you alive. And obviously, we're getting it right now. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's the anime's men's opinion. They shouldn't get worked up off of it because who cares? It's their opinion. But I do want to state this. If you have millions and millions of followers and your name is the anime man, then you should have better takes on just certain animes in general and not rage bait people, because that just really discredits you and makes you look bad. But yeah, that's all I got to say. I'll just see you in the next video. Peace.